Ravenshade Asylum, official inmate list, Hasha High Security Inmate Registry. Inmate 1104, Mad Jack, unstable criminal personality with extreme violent impulsivity. No.
But you're in a position to judge, real life hasn't really one that has it. Unless you want to be bank robbers, in which case you're living the dream. I'm just saying. What's my dream?
For erratic behavior, chaotic crime patterns, and theatrical outbursts, considered highly unpredictable under confinement conditions, multiple failed behavioral stabilization attempts. Inmate 1105, Putty, metahuman composed of living clay-like organic material, former actor before transformation into malleable humanoid substance. Body can reshape, stretch, and reform after physical damage. Retconned history confirms persistent identity fragmentation and imitation behavior. Inmate 6, Scarecrow, Dr. Ichabod Crane, former medical and psychological researcher turned fear-based manipulator, uses psychological terror techniques and fear-inducing methods. Highly intelligent with expertise in trauma response, exploitation. Believed to test fear thresholds in controlled environments. Inmate 1107, Victor Cipher, the Enigma, master-level strategist specializing in code-based communication and deception, uses psychological manipulation and logic traps to destabilize opponents, known for leaving encrypted messages at crime scenes. Inmate 1108, Elias Frost, Cryostorm, cryogenic metahuman with extreme temperature manipulation abilities, capable of freezing large environments and creating ice-based constructs, classified as hazardous due to environmental destabilization potential. Inmate 1109, Alara Bloom, Verdantia, plant-based metahuman with aggressive botanical control abilities, can accelerate plant growth and weaponize organic matter, considered highly dangerous in uncontrolled environments. Asylum classification summary. 1104 to 1106, psychological instability, identity disorders, fear-based criminals. 1105, 1108, 1109, metahuman containment level threats. 1107, high-level strategic intelligence risk. Facility status note, Ravenshade Asylum remains classified as maximum security metahuman psychiatric facility, experimentally reinforced containment structure, restricted access beyond authorized personnel only. If you want next, I can create an escape arc involving all 6 inmates or...
Your file confuses me.
Everything is a test.
Ravenshade Asylum Volber 2 Number 2, Interviews in the Dark, part of the beta storyline. Opening, Dr. Alaric Voss. The halls of Ravenshade Asylum were quiet tonight. Too quiet. The kind of silence that meant people weren't sleeping. They were listening. Inside interview chamber 1, Dr. Alaric Voss adjusted his files. Calm, controlled, professional. Begin recording, he said. The red light blinked on. Part 1, Inmate 1110. A reinforced glass chamber, dim lighting, heavy restraints embedded into the floor. Sitting inside, Inmate 11 and 10, formerly known as Marcus Matthews the Shadow Man. Shadows moved behind him even when no light source existed. They didn't behave naturally. They listened to him. Dr. Voss studied him carefully. Inmate 1110, do you understand why you are here? Marcus tilted his head. I'm not here, he replied softly. I'm where shadows go when people stop looking. The lights flickered. Voss didn't react. Do you believe you can be treated? A pause. Then, I believe you can be distracted. The shadows in the room shifted closer to the glass. Voss ended the session. Part 2, Inmate 1111 Interview Chamber 2. Heavily padded, a motion dampening field active. Inside, Scar Inmate 1111. No known civilian identity. No confirmed origin, only violence history. Scar sat perfectly still. Too still. Dr. Voss began. Inmate 1111, we are trying to understand your behavioral patterns. Scar tilted his head slowly. You're trying to understand why I do what I do. Yes. Scar smiled faintly. That's easy. A pause. I like when people stop being people. Voss wrote something down. Do you feel remorse? Scar leaned forward. Do you feel safe asking that? The room temperature dropped slightly. Session terminated early. Part 3. Inmate 1112, Interview Chamber 3. Psychological stabilization field active. Inside, Leonard Vale, the ventriloquist, inmate 1112. Leonard sat alone, hands shaking slightly, eyes unfocused. A puppet sat across from him, dressed like a mobster, smiling. Dr. Voss spoke carefully. Inmate 1112, are you aware of your current situation? Leonard nodded slowly. Yes, I think so. The puppet spoke instead. He's doing fine. Voss narrowed his eyes. And you are? The puppet leaned forward. Someone who helps him speak properly. Leonard whispered, he tells me what to do. Voss marked the file. Dual identity delusion persists. High instability. Part 4, Inmate 1113, Interview Chamber 4. Containment tank partially flooded. Reinforced glass walls. Inside, Curtis Jones, killer lizard, Inmate 1113. Curled slightly against the floor, breathing heavy. Dr. Voss spoke through intercom. Inmate 1113, can you understand me? Curtis nodded slowly. Yeah. You were once a wrestler. A pause. Yeah. What changed? Curtis looked up. I didn't change. A beat. The world just stopped looking away. The water in the chamber rippled. Voss ended the session quietly. Part 5, return to 1105, final chamber. Lower security block. Inside, putty inmate 1105, clay-like body slowly shifting shape even while restrained. Dr. Voss sighed. 1105, you've been here before. Putty's voice came softly from multiple directions at once. I remember the stage. The stage? I was good on the stage. A pause. Wasn't I? Voss studied him carefully. Do you understand what you are now? Putty's body briefly formed a smiling face. A mistake? Voss closed the file. No. A pause. An unfinished story. Putty went still. For the first time in the session. Final log. Dr. Voss back in his office, files stacked high. Dr. Alaric Voss recorded his final note. Open quote. Each inmate presents not just danger, but distortion of identity. The asylum is not a prison. It is an attempt at reconstruction. Close quote. The lights flickered. Somewhere deep in Raven Shade, something tapped on glass and smiled. End of issue number 2.